Hello, I would like to share some thoughts about the Spyderco Tri-Angle Sharpmaker. The main part of this tool are these triangle ceramics. I have put them here on the Spyderco bench stones, 302M middle, 302F fine, 302UF ultra fine. I have made another video of these bench stones, and maybe you are interested, then take a look at it. Maybe it's interesting for you, especially if you want to buy a tool on which you can sharpen your knives and you have not yet decided which one to buy. I have put them here to show you that they have the same grids as the bench stones. The grids are in a very high range if you have the whole sharpening process, from reprofiling a very bad blade, totally dull and no good angle on it and so on. Then you need stones that have a lower grid than this, a very lower grid. And if we take a look at the whole range of grids that you need someday in the sharpening process, then we are in a very high range here. This is for finishing work, this is for touching up a knife, giving it a keener edge, and for refining it, and it's not for reprofiling knives or so on. And well, I don't know why Spyderco doesn't offer a ceramic that is more coarse to do reprofiling work on it and to remove more material. I can only guess maybe it doesn't work that well on ceramics because well, there's so much material and there's no water, no oil, and maybe the holes fill up with material, and maybe the cutting doesn't work that well anymore on a ceramic. Maybe, I don't know, but this is the result, only these grids. This is 600 American standard, 1800, 2000, and because we are in such a high range, this is called middle, but I would call it already a fine stone, because we are in a so high range, and because of the fact that we have this little space here on the edge of this triangle, or on the sides of this part of the triangle, you can expect that you can remove a lot of material. And due to this fact, I would rather call this tool the sharp keeper than the sharp maker. I mean, sharp maker, maybe it makes you think that you can, it is a universal, multi-purpose tool. You can sharpen everything on it, but not, I think even Spyderco would agree that reprofiling a blade, a large blade, would be very inconvenient. It would be very time consuming to do it on these triangle ceramics, and even on these bench stones it would be very time consuming, and I think there are better ways where you to do it more efficiently. So this tool has its limits from that. The rough work is not that convenient on this tool. So this is not a tutorial to show you how to sharpen on this. There are tons of videos out there on YouTube, and I bet you'll find a good one and take that one to, if you want to see how you use that tool from A to Z. And I just want to show you the idea behind it. I think I can. It doesn't make sense to repeat everything that is covered in other videos, but I think I can close a gap of information and show you how it works and what's the idea behind it. And I think it's a trick or two tricks. First, it helps you to keep the angle between the ceramic and your blade very consistent. It's easy to hold it very perfectly vertical, go to the ceramic and go down and keep it vertical, the blade. And you do this motion many times. You start with this one, middle, and then fine and ultra fine. And if you do that and if you finish, when you finished, you can see that only the very edge has been touched. A tiny little bit part of the bevel has been processed, and not the whole bevel, no? Only the very outer edge here. And if you take a close look, it looks polished, and indeed it is if you progress through the grids to the ultra fine one, then it's polished. And so only tiny little bit of material is removed, and so you get these very little bevels at the very edge of your blade. This is the second trick, only to remove a little bit of material, but only there where the cutting happens, where the cutting takes place. And there's nothing wrong about it. It's totally fine. I'm totally fine with that concept, and it even makes your blade or edge more robust, more stable, more. So two things: keep the angle consistent. Second, remove only a little bit the very outer part of your blade where the cutting happens, and you will get very, very sharp knives with these ceramics. They are great, they work very well. I have prepared two drawings to show you what happens. So these are the dotted lines are the ceramics. This is the solid line is your blade. As always, cut through your blade, look at it from the front, and then you see this profile, this shape, and it's magnified, sure. But you only remove this part of material if you sharpen on the Sharpmaker, and you are left with this new tiny little bit, with this new bevel. It has a higher angle, 30 degrees, or you have another slot here for 40 degrees. This is 30, this is for 40. And another drawing, this is what you had. This is new, this part, this is what you had. No? This tiny little bit. And the dotted line shows what has been removed. So, my assessment, great ceramics. Good job by Spyderco, well done. Personally, I would buy these first because it gives me more freedom. I sharpen a lot, but if you only sharpen a little, maybe your folder 10, 20, 30 times in your lifetime, maybe only thin kitchen knives, then this works very well. Keep your edge sharp, resharpen it, and yeah. But if you have to remove a lot of material, I think you need something coarser. I recommend something coarser, more coarse stones, and I surely do have these stones. So I think it helps. Make your choice. Think about your objectives, and hope it helps. And thank you for watching. And bye.